It's Fern Tree Shondo. I'm back in the kitchen. Did y'all miss me? Today, I'm making Brazilian Steakhouse Salmon. I got 2 salmon fillets, coconut oil, butter, pineapples, cilantro, onion, garlic powder, sea salt, and that McCormick Brazilian Steakhouse seasoning. First thing I'm gonna do, marinate my salmon. I'm gonna take some coconut oil and basically just rub it in. What this allows is for the seasoning to really stick onto the salmon and really soak into the salmon too. And you don't have to use a lot of coconut oil. You know, I'm not gonna use all of the coconut oil I have right here. I'm just gonna use just a bit of it. Coconut oil brings out the tropical flavor, and it really enhances everything once you season and once you finish cooking. It just gives it a tropical enhancement. Gonna season with some McCormick sea salt. You know, this comes in the container with the grinder. You can set it to where if you want it grinded fine or not so fine. So let me turn this over, season this side. Cool. Next thing we're gonna do, garlic powder by McCormick. I'm gonna kind of go a little light on it. You know, depends on what your flavor tolerance is when it comes to garlic. You don't have to use a lot of garlic to make it stand out. So I don't go too heavy on garlic because it's already gonna, you know, just a little bit goes a long way. So I'm gonna go ahead and rub that sea salt and garlic in. Next, I'm gonna season with my Brazilian Steakhouse seasoning. Now this is gonna bring out all of the flavor in this Brazilian Steakhouse salmon. This is the type of seasoning where you want to kind of go like maybe medium heavy on it on both sides. And then we want to rub it in. Now, one of the things I like to do when I get to this point is I'm gonna put some butter on, but I'm not gonna put a lot of butter on. I'm just gonna kind of just drip just a little bit on there on both sides, and I'm gonna rub that in too. And what that's doing is that's helping everything kind of soak in and give you that really good effect of season and flavor after you finish grilling. So my salmon is basically seasoned, it's marinated. You can let this sit maybe you don't have to let it sit long, maybe 5 minutes or so if you just want to let it soak all the way in before you put it on the grill. Of course, I got some other things I'm about to add to this too, but I'm going to do them in a certain sequence. I've got my Ninja Sizzle grill set to 375 degrees. It only really takes maybe about 5 minutes to preheat. I'm going to put these salmon fillets on here, but I'm going to do it a certain type of way. And it's going to be amazing. Got my grill ready to go. I'm gonna put a couple of slices of onion on here, right? So what I'm doing with this is I'm basically gonna grill my salmon on top of these onion slices, right? And man, that's gonna bring out a whole lot of flavor. All right, so we're gonna let that sit there. I already have my grill pre-oiled. I basically used olive oil on it and just kind of wiped it with oil. You know, it doesn't take a lot. And this was basically a non-stick surface grill. The sizzle grill is great for grilling meat, vegetables. You can do a whole lot with it. So I'm wanting to get to the point where I flip it over once, and then I'm gonna put some onions on the side that's kind of done. Then I'm gonna, and pineapple of course, and some cilantro too. And I'm gonna flip it again and do the same thing on the other side. So it's a little bit of a process, just waiting for it to cook a little better. I'm gonna actually at this particular moment add some onions, because I feel like what that's gonna do is give me a little bit more flavor. And I'm not gonna put a lot on there at this point, just a little bit, because it's basically gonna just cook into the salmon. So I'm gonna put that down, let that cook for like maybe 4 minutes or so, and we're gonna come back, turn it over. All right, let's go ahead and turn these fillets over, see what we're working with. I'm gonna try to do it without moving the onion slice that I've got under here. Oh yeah, that looks great. Let's see if I can get this piece. Is really very tender. Let me see if I can flip it over. Yeah, this one's tender. And that's cool. That's what I want. See how it's just kind of, I want it to be tender like that though, for real, for real. It works for me. I'm gonna wind up flipping it again. You know, we gotta let it cook on both sides a couple of times. So at this moment, see how tender that is? And I'm definitely gonna flip it over again. But I just wanted to cook it on top of that onion slice so it can soak in more of the onion flavor. It gives you, it brings out that Brazilian steakhouse style flavor even more. Now we're gonna do a little cilantro. I'm gonna take some cilantro and just put just a few, you know, a few leaves of cilantro. Cilantro brings out good flavor in anything. You can use it in anything. You can use it in rice. You can use it when you're cooking steak, chicken, any type of seafood it's good for. Some people use it when they're making pastas and spaghetti. I think that's a good idea too. The cilantro is always good. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna wait to the second flip before I put my pineapple slices on now. Of course, in order to get the full effect, let me get a couple of these. I'm gonna cut them in half. See if you can see that. So I'm gonna do them like this, right? Because I think that'll be a better look than it just having hanging off on the side. Let me get a couple of more. Well, I just said, let's see, a couple more, we'll do it like this. Yeah, I like that. Also, let me put another, just a little bit more dab of onion on this side. Just a little bit. I'm telling you now, listen to me, it's gonna bring that flavor out. So I'm gonna let this cook for another maybe 3 to 4 minutes. I put the lid down. That way the steam kind of gets trapped a little bit under there. You get a little more heat. It gets more and more tender. So I've only flipped it once. I'm gonna flip it again. The second flip, that's when we're gonna put a little pineapple on that side that's a little bit more done. All right, time to flip. So see how I got this onion under here, the slice of onion under here, right? I'm basically cooking it on each fillet on top of that because it's giving it a lot of you know, enhance flavor when I do that. This is my tender piece right here. I'm gonna turn it over. See how it's falling apart? It's kind of tender. I'm gonna let that cook straight on the grill. I'll just take the onion and slide it a little over, you know. But yeah, that piece is very tender. You let that cook a little bit more right there. So at this particular moment, I'm gonna add some pineapple slices, right? So the way I'm gonna do it is like this, and this is gonna allow the pineapple flavor to soak in. So now the key is, at this moment, I don't want to grill the actual pineapple, right? I'm just putting it on here just as it's just as a means of the salmon absorbing more flavor. This little piece right here, like I said, that piece is kind of tender, so I'm gonna just go ahead and take a small piece of pineapple and put it on here. I'll just do that. That'll probably work out pretty well. So you see how that's grilling? I got my onions right here. I can actually take these onions and kind of put them around or put them on top, you know, just to give you a little bit more flavor. It's all good. You don't have to marinate too much if you season the right way. I started with the coconut oil and then I put all my other seasonings on there, rubbed all of that in. Now I got it on the grill and I'm infusing it with pineapple, cilantro, and all of that. Onions. So we're gonna let that, you know, cook for about another 3 minutes or so. Make sure it's cooked all the way through, and I'm gonna take the pineapple off and then flip it over and put the pineapple on the other side. That's how I'm gonna do it. I don't want to burn the pineapple. Now I'm letting this cook for about another 2 to 3 minutes with the lid up this time, just so I really want to smell the aroma of the pineapple. That's why I got the lid up, so it's all good. All right, so now it's time to flip. Again, this is gonna be the third flip. So let me take my pineapple off. I'm gonna kind of just set it right here so I can put it on the top when I flip it over, right? Just flip. It's cooking, man. Hey, it's going down in here. Got my onion under here. I'll kind of scoop that off at this point. Bring that over here, slide that down, flip this part over too. This is tender. This is probably gonna be my test piece that I'm gonna taste first, because it kind of it's real tender, so it kind of fell off of this fillet. I use this piece as a taste test. So let me put my pineapple on this side, let it soak in a little bit. Yeah, we ain't far from being done. This is the third flip over. On there, I got onions on my grill, man. You know what I'm saying? The aroma is amazing right now. I can tell you that right now. So now I'm gonna use a little bit of butter. So I put just a little bit of butter on top of each one of these. Let that soak in. And that kind of helps them, you know, keep it tender as it's grilling. Yeah, it smells amazing. That's a fact. I got my pineapple, onions. This is the taste test piece. I'm gonna take this off. Taste test it real quick. Let me see what I want to use. Well, I could just use this. Let me get that too. Okay. Ooh. I'm gonna set this right here, y'all, so you can see it, right? I'm about to taste test it now. I'm gonna tell you what it tastes like. It's amazing, for sure. A little pineapple. You can really taste that pineapple flavor. It's amazing for certain. Yeah. It's basically ready, to be quite honest. I don't even need to flip it again. See how I got those onions on there? Now I'm gonna dress this up a little bit more before I take it off, right? So let me put a little bit of cilantro. I'll take those longer pieces of onion off. Put a little bit of cilantro on top. It looks good, don't it? Dress it up with another piece of pineapple. I'm going to turn my grill off. There we go. What you think about that? Brazilian Steakhouse Salmon. So I'm gonna put some grill marks on my pineapples, right? It's cosmetic. I love it. Took this piece off. This is ready to go. So I'm basically just wanting to get some grill marks on here real quick. I got my grill marks. See how that looks? Ooh-wee. And yeah. That's that Brazilian Steakhouse Salmon. You see how good that looks? Look at the grill marks on the pineapple. Ooh. Excellent.